What's cooler than that?
All right, so back during the George Floyd protest era, there was a lot of looting and a lot of rioting going on. And I don't know, man. All I can say to you rioters and you looters, guard your grill. Protect yourself at all times. Because this one, people were crying and this dude gets run over by a FedEx truck. And this was in the news for a minute. People were going nuts about it because this dude got ran over and he died because he got ran over by this FedEx truck. But there's a catch, okay? Okay? He was looting. Or we think. Some people argue he wasn't. Some people say he was. Play this video.
Bring a new version tonight of what happened when a protester was run over by a FedEx truck and killed Saturday. An attorney for the family says Barry Perkins couldn't have been looting the truck and that the driver shouldn't have been driving through a crowd. News 4's Russell Kinsall is live where all of this happened at Broadway and O'Fallon, north of downtown St. Louis. Russell?
Yeah, I want you to look back behind me. Right here's where the interstate was shut down by protesters early Saturday morning. But he was off the highway at this intersection. North Broadway and O'Fallon is where Barry Perkins was run over. An attorney for Perkins' family says that the driver and a second employee in the truck weren't paying attention and that they should have stopped that truck whenever several people were yelling at them that somebody in back was stuck on that truck and being dragged by the truck. Cell phone video shows the frantic scene after Barry Perkins became trapped under a semi and moments before he lost his life. Back up! Back up! Back up! An attorney for the family is claiming that Barry Perkins was peacefully protesting and didn't loot the FedEx truck that ran over him.
Barry Perkins, great person. He's only 29 years old.
Let me pause, okay? Because this story keeps getting better, right? Just keep watching, please. Bear with me.
He's a father of 2 children, ages 9 and 4.
Early Saturday morning, protesters shut down I-70 near North Broadway. At one point, looters broke into the back of an Amazon truck and then a FedEx truck and stole packages. But Witherspoon says Perkins was only by the truck because he was trying to move away from possible gunshots and that he could not have been one of the looters.
He walks with.
It keeps getting better. Okay, he was at the back of a FedEx truck while it was being looted. And his lawyer's argument is he couldn't have possibly been back there to loot the truck. He was only there to dodge bullets.
Okay.
Keep playing.
Somewhat of a limp, so he has physical limitations. He's a hardworking man with physical limitations, so he wouldn't even be physically capable of looting and doing those things.
People tried to stop the truck, but the driver said 2 men flashed guns at him, and out of fear for his safety, he sounded his horn and drove away. Perkins was run over by the truck and killed.
If we have to, end up in litigation and talk to a jury about the facts of the case, that's ultimately what we're going to do. But, if there can be some resolution, then we'll see if that's even possible.
FedEx released a statement saying, in part, "We are deeply saddened by the..."
Okay, yeah, FedEx is sad about what happened.
Are they?
So everybody was rioting. Okay, there were protests going on. This FedEx truck was driving through the city. He got stuck in this crowd of people. They started looting. First of all, they looted an Amazon truck, I believe, right before this. Then they started looting this FedEx truck in the back as he's driving through. Okay, now you say, at this point, people always tell truck drivers, right? Hey, the packages are not worth your life, man. If people are robbing your truck, let them rob your truck. That's basically kind of the message that we have out there in the world right now. I personally disagree with that, okay? If you're robbing my truck, I'll kill you, okay? I'm sorry. I'm an angry person sometimes, okay? Whatever. Say whatever you want to say about me. If you're robbing my truck, I want to protect my cargo and I want to hurt you. I don't want to run you over and kill you, but I do want to prevent you from robbing my truck, okay? So they weren't just robbing this truck. They said several people, or a couple of people at least, were waving guns up
at the driver,
okay? So now, at this point, this is where everything changes, okay? Now you're in fear of your life. If you've never driven a semi-truck before, first of all, I have. I've driven plenty of semis, right? It's visually, you can't You have such limited visibility, man. Put yourself in your living room and drive your living room through town. I don't know how else to describe it to you, right? Also, it takes a lot to get that truck moving and going. You can't just, if you're in a vehicle and a crowd starts beating on you, shaking your car, you can't just hit the accelerator and get out of there quickly. You feel very trapped. If there's a crowd around a semi truck, you're like, I can't even speed away from this. Okay. I have to very slowly. So I'm in serious danger here because I can't even escape quickly. I can't go away. I'm slowly driving away and I got to slowly pick up speed, and all this is happening very slowly. This crowd is aggressive as hell. We all saw the George Floyd protesters back in the day. They were not nice people. Okay. I saw them all beating on the truck, banging on him. They've killed people before at these protests and these roadblocks when drivers try to go through, right? Mm-hmm. So this guy, he was scared, obviously, for obvious good reason. Whether or not he should have been where he was at or whatever, okay? It's very hard to drive a semi-truck through a city. There's only so many routes you can usually take, right? So he was afraid for his life, I'm assuming, and he took off driving, right? These were very violent crowds back then.
Did the only thing he probably could do, right?
He did what he could do, okay? I'm not going to stop and get out and go back there and check. If this guy would have stopped and opened the door, they'd have probably killed him right there. Just because he had already kind of run someone over and dragged him a little bit, that's the end of it. A mob is going to kill you when you open that door, okay? His best option was to keep driving. Now, this dude that was ran over, what was his name? I apologize, but I forgot the dude's name. Either way, this dude that was ran over by the truck, his lawyer's argument was he was back there where they were looting packages.
And he's not capable of looting.
He's not capable of looting. He can barely walk, but he was at the back of the truck, right where all the packages were coming out, and he was just there to dodge gunfire, right? Okay. And everybody's saying that the FedEx driver is to blame here. No, this is a behavioral problem that we see in the black community a lot. I'm just going to say it. I get to, right? Skis. Okay. The looting, I'm sure a lot of these looters were a bunch of different colors, right? But specifically in the George Floyd case, it was a lot of black people. Those kind of rioters, man, black people, I don't know. You get certain groups of black people, man, and it just is a very extremely dangerous crowd, right? Especially when they're looting and rioting. They have no regard.
They're angry, right?
They're very angry. They were all angry over the George Floyd thing. They were pissed off. They were super aggressive. There's guns waving in the air. The argument that this dude was at the back of the FedEx truck at this time to dodge from gunfire, if he could barely walk or whatever his lawyer's trying to say, I think it's all just a bunch of BS. I agree with the fact that the FedEx driver should have just kept on driving. Okay, you're in a terrifying situation. F the protesters at that point. Okay, just keep driving. I would have done the exact same thing that the FedEx driver did, and I think they were just trying to get money out of this.
Not only the situation, like you said, you move slowly. The guy's also, you go back to the video, he's pulling more than one trailer even. He has double the trailer.
Yeah, man, he had a double.
So you really ain't moving fast.
No, you're not going anywhere quickly. These crowds, you don't understand, man. When you're in a vehicle and a crowd of people swarms you, they're shaking your vehicle, they're waving guns. At what point do you ever think it's a good idea to step out, right?
What are you supposed to do?
I would like to know what the law says you should do in this situation. Should I get out, get my jaw broken, get curb stomped, get beaten by 50 people? Is that what the law says to do? If a crowd of protesters, I thought we had talked about this before. If a crowd of protesters is on the street, I thought they had passed a law. I don't know if it's for every state or whatever, but are you not allowed to drive them over at that point? If it's not a barricaded off, if you're just all swarming in the street, I thought I was allowed to run you over, especially if I'm in fear for my life, which this guy was. Had to be. And you're looting my truck? Dude, I get mad, man, when I see stories like this. I always think package thieves, right? Package thieves piss me off. I've had packages stolen before. When I hear or I see a video of a package thief going up to someone's porch and just taking their stuff, damn, man, I want to murk people for that. If I catch someone doing it, taking my package, and I don't know, I put myself in the position of this driver. I put myself in the position that he was in this situation. Not only are you waving guns around, it's dark, there's this massive, wild, crazy group of black people hanging around my truck, and they're robbing me. They're stealing stuff out of the back that my company's probably going to fire me for losing, right? Oh yeah, I'm running you the F over. Every single one of them.
Well, like you said, it doesn't matter what color. It was just a group of people trying to rob you.
Yeah, but I want to harp specifically on the fact that it was a group of black people, because a lot of people, I get it, why you would say that, right? People, we give black people a pass in a lot of situations, and they're just raised. How long is this video? We're at 10 minutes. Would anybody mind if I show you a different video of how some African Americans act?
I just don't know how you're supposed to react to that situation, you know?
You're supposed to run them over, Arrow. You're supposed to run these people over. Not black people, just criminals, okay? Run them over. Play this video. This is just, to the rest of the world, okay, this just looks like, oh, that's just a classic black neighborhood. That's how they roll, you know, in the black community. And why would I say that? It's because there's been too many instances where black people, and for sure, they're in horrible communities and all this, but they've proven themselves time and time again to be a very violent group of individuals, right? Especially when they're loud and they get rioty and when all the emotions, they just go crazy, man. And people are afraid of that, okay? The color black is a very menacing color, right? There's a reason SEAL Team 6 wears all black. There's a reason of military, when you're sneaking, there's a reason ninjas wear all black, right? It's an intimidating color. It hides you. Like, dude, I'm gonna get roasted to hell for this video, and I truly don't care.
Well, it just can't be acting that way in general.
You can't be acting that way in general, but also just as black people, I'm sorry, Skis. I know this is probably making you uncomfortable as hell, but I do not give a single solitary shit. As black people, we have to do better, man.
Have to be better.
It embarrasses me. I'm serious. It truly embarrasses me. And before we end this, please, I would love it if you all would allow me to play you one more video. Please, just let me play you one more. If I can find it. I'm going to play you one more video of something that I saw that, oh, here it is. I'm going to send this to my computer, and I'm just going to play this video. And then we're going to end this, okay? Because there's perception, right? Perception is everything. How people perceive you. How people perceive you, it's not everything, but it's important in how they treat you, right? Can we all agree on that? What's the word? What do people say? Pattern recognition, right? I recognize a pattern. If every time I walk up to a lion and he attacks me, I get scared of lions and I stop walking up to lions and I start to treat them differently, right? I approach them differently. So pattern recognition is a thing. And there's a great portion of African American children, black children, who don't seem to have discipline by their parents, right? So a lot of it's from the parents, right? Would you say most of it's from the parents or some of it?
Well, that and just trying to be part of a group too, right? They're trying to be accepted somewhere and be.
Yeah, they don't have fathers and they want to be accepted into a group of human beings.
So they feel like those people probably are family, right? They take care of you or they're for you, right? Your friends. And
yeah.
I get that's any situation, right? Basically.
It is, but black people, it's just the stuff. It's a lot of what I see, right? I'm not saying there's all people. My whole family's black, obviously, right? I've got great people in my family, awesome human beings, respectful, law-abiding citizens. But there's so much out there that just it embarrasses the hell out of me to watch. here's a group of black children in court. Okay, I don't know how old they are. They seem extremely young to me, but look how they're reacting to being in a court of law in handcuffs. Watch this.
Descended into chaos after teens are seen smiling, laughing, dancing, and cursing. These are the scenes in a Broward County courtroom which turned into a circus after teens were seen misbehaving in what was supposed to be a serious court case.
Get that off me, what the
This resulted in additional teenagers being taken into custody.
Get the camera though. Hush your mouth. I said it.
The teens were accused of stealing cars and running from police. The hearing was scheduled for 15-year-old Morris Thomas, who was the suspected driver, and 15-year-old Thomas Bolter, who is seen constantly smiling at the camera. This is the footage of the teens ditching a stolen car and running through a field after being pursued by the police before stealing another car. The suspects were caught. However, their antics continued in court. The friends of the suspects acted inappropriately in the courtroom, then refused to leave. In the end, several teens were arrested.
It's embarrassing. I'm sorry, but it's truly embarrassing to me to watch stuff like that. You know why? Because I see it so much, right? It's not the majority of black kids that I see that are unlike this. It's the majority of them that are like this. Or at least over time, I've developed the perception where it's like, God damn it, I bet you he's like this when I see him, right?
But nowadays, it's not just black or whatever either.
No,
though. It's a lot of kids these days are just acting out of control, man.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm specifically talking about the group of black ones, though.
I know.
Okay? Can I do that for me, Skis?
Okay.
Because I'm black, right? Don't I get to talk about this?
You do.
It's embarrassing to me because I look like them. Do you understand? The shit is embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to my family. None of my family is this way. We're all good people, you know. We're not doing this kind of stuff, right? So it just hurts me, man, and I hate it. I hate watching stuff like this.
Need a cultural change.
There definitely needs to be a cultural change. These kids were 15, 16, whatever. They're laughing in court like it's like, if you're ever in a court of law in handcuffs, that is nothing to smile about. I don't care who you are. You should not be happy about this situation. It's not like a street cred thing. I think
for them it is, though, right?
For them it is. And that's a problem that we all need to address, okay? It's not something that should ever be glorified to be, oh, I got my stripes, I went to jail. Like that's, but that's a thing in the black community. It's like, I ain't no snitch, I'm going to jail, I'm gonna do this, and we get out and we do thugging. Like whatever.
People still
whatever.
Snitch,
laugh at me, yeah. Call me whatever in the comments. I don't give a shit at this point. It embarrasses me. I'm speaking specifically about black people. A lot of this behavior, and it's parents related, and I also think it has a lot to do with the type of music that is chosen to listen to. I think music has a heavy influence on people. I'm not saying everybody needs to go around listening to rock and roll or country or this or that, but there's a lot of stuff.
Influence.
Music plays a huge part in behavior. Believe it or not, you can dive into that rabbit hole.
That and watching videos like this.
Watching videos like this, who you look up to, right, is a big part of it, right? It's embarrassing.
You should want better for yourself.
Yeah. I'm tired. It sucks to see. We all hate it. Those of us who are great human beings, whether you're black, white, whatever, we all hate to see people. Once again, I'll generalize, whether you're black, white, or whatever. We all hate to see, especially children, act like this, right? It's horrible. It's bad. It's wrong. And I don't even know if it's fixable after a certain point. How do you fix those kids smiling in court like that after they're running around stealing cars and just zero respect? How do you fix that? I don't know. I don't know if it's fixable. I think you go to prison for the rest of your life.
Or hopefully when you get older, you just realize.
Yeah, but how much damage are you going to do from when you're a child to when you become older? How much damage are we going to all let you do before you like, oh, I need to change my ways? Like, how many opportunities do we give these people? When I say these people, I'm not talking just about black people either. Now let's all generalize, okay? Criminals are criminals in all shapes and colors, but it's embarrassing, right? It's sad to watch. And I think parents have a lot to do with it. Our schooling system has a lot to do with it. Music 100% has a lot to do with a lot of like just find any criminal and ask him, what kind of music do you listen to? Okay, I'm not going to say anything other than that, but just listen like specific criminals and just go ask them, what's your favorite song, right? And that'll tell you a lot. It's who you look up to is a lot. I don't know how to fix this, bro. It's embarrassing. I just wanted to say it. We started out with the video about the FedEx guy, and that all kind of transpired because there was this big group of black people looting a FedEx truck. Okay, he got ran over. He's dead. Whether or not he was there hiding from bullets, like this lawyer said, or what, they were looting the truck. They were looting trucks.
He put himself in a bad situation.
Right. They were all there doing that. Okay, so you shouldn't have been anywhere near the semi. No one should be near a semi in traffic at the back door of the truck. If you're there, that's illegal and it's a crime. Okay? So it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry, Skis.
Well, you see stuff on, right, they already knew like all this stuff was happening too. You see this stuff going on. So you're putting yourself, if you see, people are out shooting people and all this bad stuff's happening, and then people just migrate to that. Like instead of not partaking in the bad stuff.
Right.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with like having a protest and like trying to prove a point, like, but I'm not saying just not doing anything's going to fix it either. I don't know.
Right. But beating up and looting a FedEx driver in traffic is never the way to protest.
But obviously the people that were held accountable for what happened were brought into the court of law, right? And they tried to do their thing. Look what happened to the guy that did all this stuff. He just recently stabbed how many times in prison, right? Like,
is he still alive?
He survived it.
We're talking about the cop that killed George Floyd.
Yeah. So whatever he's going through now is probably almost worse than death, probably.
Probably. Yeah, he's definitely getting a lot.
He's probably got a lot of major issues now after being stabbed how many times? I forget. It's a lot.
I saw that in passing. I never actually clicked on the story.
There's a lot of times.
It's nuts, dude.
So he'll suffer for sure.
Yeah.
And that being a cop in prison. That can't be good for you.
I hope. No, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that situation. It's terrible, man. It's all bad. I don't know. That dude has got to be going through some horrific shit, though.
Yeah, I don't know whether the cop, maybe he didn't purposely try to kill him, and it just happened. It's possible.
Yeah, that one has been debated to the end of time, right? He just was
might have tried to subdue
down.
him, and he killed him, and shit, bad luck, bad situation.
Yeah, he also did it with kind of this weird smirk on his face too, and it's like, I don't agree with him. I don't agree with what George Floyd was doing. George Floyd was a criminal too. Okay, I don't agree with any of it. It's a cultural thing that I'm seeing that not enough people talk about because they're scared. I get it. There was even a part of me that was like, no, don't say it. A lot of the shit that I've said tonight is like, no, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. But you know what? Damn, man, it's enough. It has to be fixed, and it doesn't get fixed if it doesn't get talked about. And if we're all just afraid to,
everybody's got to come together to change it.
Yeah. You ever seen an undisciplined child with their parents and you're just like, wow. The first thing you think is the parents just failed you, man. Yeah. Your parents are weak.
You can say that, but there are situations where people are just bad people.
That's true. That's true, but it shouldn't be most of the people you run into are bad people.
like Jeffrey Dahmer's parents. Where do you fix that situation? How do you fix that?
You put him in prison. Yeah. That's exactly how you fix it. You put him in prison for the rest of his life. Okay? So if we're all going to say, "Oh, we got to stop locking up black people." Right? Well, they got to stop committing crimes. This group of people that are getting locked up, they have to. For sure, some of them are going to prison because people are just racist and they're horrible people and they're accusing them of things they didn't do. That happens 100%. But also, a lot of them are committing crimes and they should be going to prison for it. And we don't know how else to fix it because we can't be your parents right? The government can't be everybody's parents. The schooling system can't be everybody's parents. There's a reason you are born to two people. Those two people, that's why there's two of them, right? Because two of them should be able to handle that one demon child that comes out, right?
I can tell you how to fix the prison system in general.
What?
What's the word I'm trying to think of?
The workers program?
No.
I think that would help. Put them to work.
The way to fix that, the punishment for the crime needs to be, more heinous, right?
I get that. I get that.
There's crimes against humanity. But
Yeah.
you waterboard a motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
You waterboard a guy, he's like, and if you come back and you do that again and you come back, we're going to do this again.
Yeah, and it's
So you're going to be like, whoa.
Right.
I'm not saying that's right. Everyone's going to be like, whoa, you went way out of context, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying that's for everybody.
I agree. And it's actually also a huge thing that we human beings,
You can make them not want to commit a crime again.
yeah, by arming the citizens that they are committing the crimes against as well. That's a big one. We should all have guns. I agree with that 100%. You should have a gun if you know how to use it. I'll change my statement. If you know how to use a gun and you're competent, you should have a gun. You should be able to. And if someone comes up to you and tries to kill you because he was just trying to steal your purse, you should be able to shoot that person dead, right? If someone comes up to you, you have your kids in the car and they want to rob you, the law shouldn't be just slowly put your hands up, back away, give them your car. No, I'm not giving you this car. I'm going to kill you. I worked very hard for this. My kids are here, my wife, whatever. My house. You can't just break into my house and I hide in the closet while you rob me. No, I'll kill you.
Opens up the book for people to do whatever they want.
Right. It's a lot of things need to change, man. So many things need to change. I don't even know where to start. I think the only place we really can start...
Electroshock therapy.
No, that doesn't work, Steve. Wait, you're thinking like electric chair?
Electric shock.
What is electric shock therapy?
They literally
They just zap you? They put clips on your nipples and zap you?
Right?
God dang, man. I don't
What
know.
they used to do... Something, remember back in the old days, my wife's crazy. They take them in, they shove a needle up behind their eye, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Now...
Yeah, that was, what do you call that, a lobotomy?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
You
an
start
idiot.
lobotomizing people. People ain't going to want to go to prison. Just saying.
Criminals should be punished.
It's bad. It's a
Yeah.
bad thing to say. But
Criminals should be punished. That's our only point to this, right?
look in other countries what they do. There's countries, you get a DUI. You get caught drunk driving, you are put on a shooting line and you get killed.
Do you
That's
agree
it.
with that?
You have one chance. That's it.
Yeah, I don't agree with the DUI. I don't agree with it that serious.
No,
But
but
I
it stops
also-
people from drinking and driving.
Right. And there has to be something. There has to be something. How many people have gone to jail or prison and got out early just because of some stupid governor or some stupid law, and they went and killed like a bunch of people right afterwards, right? Those people could have still been alive. Good people. But you're letting criminals out. You can't fix... I'm just echo. It's an echo chamber. I'm just hearing myself. I don't. You can't fix it. You can't. I know we can't fix it. What do you want me to do about
fix it. It can be fixed.
How?
People just have to want to fix it.
Yeah,
right?
punishment. The punishment should fit the crime. That's a good one.
But then where's the business of the prison?
You know, at a certain point, we have to say, you know, we have to think about all of us. We can't just think about your prison.
Right.
You'll have, trust me, people are always going to be bad. The prison system, you'll have criminals.
Yeah.
What
Regardless of the punishment.
Yeah, a lot of the problem with prisons too is they're taking the easy fish, right? The whole prison and the lawyer system, they don't want to punish the people who actually should be in jail. They're taking the easy person who is an idiot and doesn't have lawyers, and he committed this little crime, and we're able to throw this massive freaking
Throw the book at him.
this 10-year sentence on you for having an ounce of weed. Like, put him in jail for sure, but don't go after the guy that has a company and he's been trafficking children, or he's been ripping off all of his customers, right? We're not going after that guy. It's too much work, too much legal tape, red jargon.
We'll take the small guy.
Yeah, we'll take that's a big part of the problem. If you would put people in jail who actually should be in jail, trust me, you'll still have criminals. You'll have plenty of them, because there's always going to be people doing really bad things that are breaking the law.
This is a whole other story, but didn't they release the Epstein stuff?
I don't know.
The list was supposed to come out.
I keep seeing that circulating around. I just can't bring myself to believe that the names on the list are right. You could put any names on a list.
But they're supposedly the flight logs, right, of going to the island.
Yeah, but how do I know that's real? Like, AI can make that up. I can say AI.
But they were supposed to release them.
But did they? Like, is there an official government website I can go? That's what we need to look into.
Sure.
Then
that's a whole other video.
Yeah. Then I would partially believe it too. I'm like, okay.
Maybe it's just because you don't want to believe what names are on there.
I don't care. I'll believe every name. If it's real, I'll say, wow. Wow, really? You flew 3 times, huh? Like, whoever such and such, you were my favorite actor. What the hell, man? Well, I'm done watching your movie.
It's supposed to be the pilot that released it, right? And then the Ghislaine Maxwell is supposed to be.
Is she still alive?
I think so. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. I don't know.
Don't quote me on it either. Disclaimer for this video. All of these are just our opinions. Okay? Yeah. That's just it's just our opinions. It's not a professional advice. It's not anything. It's not legal advice, whatever you want to call it.
This is our thing. We do what we want to do. Right?
I hope I made my point in this video. I feel like I just rambled on a lot, but.
You did. You had a lot of good points.
I might not be the best at speaking and getting my point across, but damn it, I hope some of that got through. Something's got to change. The shit's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. And you know why, too. I'm saying it, and you know exactly why I'm saying it. I'm embarrassed. And I'm ashamed all the time. Not all the time. Sometimes. We got videos. They're floating. They're here. They're here. You'll see them. Subscribe to BTG Squad. Let us know how you feel. We'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.
Peace.
What's cooler than that?
Well, keep it simple, stupid.